Hi, this is Carolina, the Soul Coach. Welcome to my podcast. Hello, and welcome to this week's Sunday Catchup podcast. How are you? And how has your week been? I hope it's been a good one. And again, like I say every week, hasn't it gone quickly? I tell you, the weeks are whizzing by and literally it's Christmas soon. Yay! I love Christmas and I love the build up to Christmas. I love Halloween, I love bonfire night, and then I love all the Christmas twinkly lights, and just everyone seems in a great mood, and it starts getting a bit colder and crisper, doesn't it? And it's just nice for that turning of the season. Yeah, love Christmas, and then getting together with the people that you love and that love you, and yeah, it's a nice time of year. And then it's the new year again. Not that I'm wishing any time to go by quickly, because enjoying the moment, I really am. And this week has been some great moments. It really has. And this week, it's been like up and down, hasn't it? If you notice that, the energy has been really like strong and powerful. And there's been lots of magical moments. Have you noticed that in your life? Did you notice how strong energies were? And there was like, I noticed that some people like energy was really high and they were having real strong emotions. And it was an eclipse on the 4th of October, 3rd, 4th of October in Libra. So wherever Libra is in your chart is where you might be affected. So yeah, I really noticed that there was a lot people were going through. For me, it was quite steady and it seemed absolutely fine. Just gave me time just to reflect on all the importance of the world and of my life, and just hugely grateful for everything that's in it and for those that I love. And in particular, one special man, my husband, Will, whose birthday it is. And birthday weekend, and I say it every week, I think I talk about my husband, but he is such a kind, lovely man, and I just love him so much. And you know, he has loved me all my life, even through our difficult times. And yeah, it's just such a nice, lovely connection, and it's really nice to have someone in my life that's just been my constant, and he really has. He's been really there supporting me and all that I do, and he's just a man in a million, and in 5 million, 10 million, and Will I can, what a great man. So I love you, Will, and I know you listen to these, but I really, really love you. So it's nice celebrating Will's birthday, celebrating him, and I know our two daughters will agree with me that anybody that meets Will, he's so sociable and so interesting to talk to, lots of stories and great adventures and real good soul, really good soul. So yeah, hurrah for my husband, just a little shout out for him. And we've enjoyed some time with two other very special people in our lives, Scott and Nicola. We've had some time away with them this week, which was really awesome. We went to Hayling Island. Will and I have kind of thought about moving out there and living there. So we were trying to find a couple of nights away. I think it was 3 nights in all, to go away somewhere different by the coast. And we were looking all over the country, but we needed somewhere close. And Hayling Island was put forward. So we went there. And we found this great house on Airbnb. There is a little story to tell you, but it was really nice, and right by the beach, and couldn't be perfect. What is it, an hour and 20 minutes away? And we thought, oh yeah, that would be good. So we booked it up, and we went this week, and it's very interesting energy wise. Have you ever gone into a building and you just felt like it was just a little bit off, but you can't put your finger on what it is? It's almost like so many people, it's just like a holiday home, and so many people have kind of stayed in this home that the energy is just really struggling in there, and it just felt really discombobulated. And so I'm going to give you the good of what happened while we were away, because there was lots of goods, but equally there was some horrors. So I'm going to give you the goods first. So the goods were, we were right by the sea, like literally the back door, promenade, sea. And we walked the day after we got there, the four of us. Oh, and the other amazing thing is that Nicola and Scott have two dogs, Larry and Rodney, and they are oh my goodness me, sausage dogs. I know what dogs they are. They are, I want to say Dalmatian, and they're not Dalmatian. Oh my goodness me, why does that happen? I completely forget names. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They're the sausage Dutch hounds. There we go, Dutch hounds. They are two Dutch hounds, and they're gorgeous. Larry, Rodney, hurrah. And they came on holiday with us. So we walked, I can't remember how many miles, like 7 or 9 miles on the first day, all along the coast. And there's a path, and just all the way to one end of the island, and we did it, and we walked back again, and it was amazing. And the dogs walked too. Little Rodney needed a little carry sometimes, but amazing, absolutely amazing. I'll tell you what, for the rest of the day they slept. They did. But it was such a nice walk, and it was really good. Isn't it good when you catch up with friends and we just talked the whole way there to the end of the island and back again? We just kept on talking and catching up, and you just with people that have your back and you have their back, or that you love and that they love you, and it's totally unconditional. It's such a wonderful feeling, and you just want the absolute, like you do everybody, but just, I don't know, there's something very special when you have that relationship, and we certainly do, and it was just great. It really was. And so, yeah, that was really good. And then we got a takeaway, and it was just lovely. It was really nice. We got fish and chips, actually. Great fish and chips there. But Will and I decided that Hailing Island isn't for us. But so I'm really glad that we went. And then the second day we walked the other side of the island, and that was really nice. I just need to stop this just for a second, because I'm recording this in my bedroom. I'm looking out over the view that we've got, but I've got this dragonfly, and I'm not near any water, that keeps flying around outside the bedroom in the garden. And it's so beautiful. It really is. What do dragonflies mean? I think they mean transformation and change. Stunning, absolutely stunning. It's really unusual to see a dragonfly. Sorry, I thought I'd share that with you. So yeah, second day we went up the other end of the island. It was really nice. This weather was stunning, blue sky, sunshine. It was just really nice, and it was just, I don't feel like we've had a proper summer this year. I don't know about you. I know we had central heating until June, and we've had some sun, and the weather has been nice, but it just doesn't feel like we had a summer. So these last couple of days we were really lucky, and the weather was, just gorgeous. So we did lots of walking, and we went out. I'm trying to think what we did. We got a train. They had a little Hailing Island train, so we did that. That was very cute. And then we came back to our apartment. So let me share the not so good. So the goods were, very quickly, the walks, the weather, the company, and then there were not the goods. So when we arrived, I pulled back the bed sheets, and somebody had slept in it and hadn't changed the beds, and that was just gross. And then, so that wasn't good. She wasn't happy. She sent someone in to change the bed sheets. And then after our walk, we got back to our place where we were staying, and there was bulldozers on the beach. I don't know if you saw my Instagram, but they were noisy. They were really noisy, and we wanted to sit out on like the little balcony. We'd paid quite a lot of money for this Airbnb, and we wanted to sit out and just chill out and take it easy, you know, just have some peace and quiet and just relax. And yet we had these bulldozers outside right there on the beach, and I know they're doing great stuff, and they're building a defence wall so that in the winter the places don't flood. And you know, it went on and on and on all afternoon and into the evening. And then we found a letter to say that it was going on until October. And we'd had a conversation with the lady, and she said she didn't know it was still going on and it was just going into September. But then we found this letter that said otherwise, and she just really apologised and said, I'm really sorry, and she gave us a full refund. Which we felt terrible, because if we'd known, we wouldn't have gone. And she obviously knew but didn't let us know, because the letter was dated after we'd booked it. And they were there at like 7:10 the next morning, and then stayed all day long, and just happened to be right outside the house. It wasn't like up the beach to the side of the beach. It was right outside. And so our peaceful break we didn't really have. But it did get us thinking. It got me thinking about finding the peace within. But there's always going to be noise, isn't there? There's always going to be something that tries and takes us away from our centre. There's always noise. There's always people vying for your attention, or just there's just noise. It's part of life, and it's finding the peace within. And it was just a reminder for me to find that peace within and to connect with that, and how important that is. It's not easy. It's really not easy to find peace within, but I'm working on it. I really am. And it was just a reminder about that, and that to set expectations, and how important communication is. And it's just little things. But I'd ordered a cocktail. We went cocktails one of the evenings, and I love a cocktail. I don't have it that often, but the cocktail I ordered I really like. So he served me this cocktail, and it's such a minor little thing, but again, it's communication. And I tasted it. I said, this doesn't taste quite right. And he says, I didn't have one of the ingredients, so I just put another ingredient in. And you're like, insignificant in the great scheme of things. But it's just, again, communication. Because had he said that he was going to do that, I'd have said, oh, no, don't worry, I'll have something else. And so then I couldn't drink it, and I got another one. But it's just, it always comes down to communication. And for me, I like clear communication. I try and be clear myself. I try and be transparent as much as I can. And I just think that when communicating with others, it's really important to be clear and transparent. And I don't really think there's any other argument against that. It's just really important. And just to say, and I think it's difficult, and I just keep checking in with myself am I being transparent? Am I communicating clearly? And I really hope and think that I am. But have you noticed how some people are really good at communicating and how some people aren't? And when you're in the energy of where people aren't communicating, it leaves a confusion, and there's just like an energy that's draining. And yeah, I think I'm really working, and maybe in the past I haven't communicated transparently or clearly, so maybe that's why I'm kind of noticing it now. Maybe, I don't know, I really don't know, but I wish more people would communicate more clearly. So I'm really gonna work on that myself and make sure that I am, and make sure that that's not just a projection. I really need to just look at that. But I'd really, I like to know where I am, and I like to know where I stand, and I want choices. I don't want someone to take that choice away. And so anyway, that was that. It was that bulldozer that was just, there was two, and also they were very big and they had very squeaky wheels, and it was constant. It was very, very constant, and it was such a shame because we had to keep the doors shut and the windows shut. But anyway, it was nice to get away. It was nice to spend time with friends. It was nice just to pull away and just have a reflection on what's important and what's great and what's not so good in our lives and what we need to change. So it was good to do that. And also there was another positive. There was lemon drizzle cake that they left, which was really nice. And also a bottle of Prosecco. So that was nice as well. So that was our trip away. It was quite eventful, but I love the exercise and the walking because that has kind of gone out of my life just at the minute, and it's just a reminder again that I need to exercise. I really do. It's a bit of a nemesis not exercising. I'm either full on or full off, and I think I'd just like to be in the middle. I really, really would. Yeah, I really would. Is another great week for completing things. I think my Zen book is nearly there, ready to print, and I think my dragon book, my second dragon book, but third children's book is there, ready to print. My Living a Life of Magic ebook is ready to launch, and that's all about manifestation and manifesting what it is you want in your life. And we're constantly attracting, we're constantly manifesting every single second of the day. And if we think about our lives and what has happened to date and what is within our lives, we have attracted that. And if there is anything that you've attracted that's out of balance or not right, then it's up to us to clear that. And so Ho'oponopono, I've now conditioned my brain to do Ho'oponopono. So when I wake up in the night, that's the first thing I think about, Ho'oponopono. Thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you. It's so funny, my brain is that conditioned onto it now. So that's great. Why did we attract the bulldozers in? I don't know. Maybe it was just a reminder, as I say, about finding that peace within, or maybe we needed that energy to clear out some stuff within us that maybe that energy brought up for us. I don't know. I really don't know. But, or maybe it wasn't about our lesson, and maybe it was about the host's lesson. I don't know. I don't have any judgment on it. I just find it really interesting. And what I also find very interesting is that when we went into the house, it felt very discombobulating. And then that is what happened. So the house wasn't clear. And it really needed a good energy clear. However, not anyone's responsibility apart from the owners. So obviously we did as much as we could when we were there, but yeah, that's very interesting. So then we came back, and we're up at the cottage yesterday and did loads of sorting out and unpacking, and it's coming together, and it will come together. We move 2 weeks, and can't wait. Looking forward to that. And it was just really, really nice sitting out, and how peaceful it was sitting out, and the weather was so nice and it was really warm. It was just so lovely. So yeah, can't wait to share with you the cottage and talk to you more about some adventures that I'm sure we're going to have while we're up there. And I was back at work today. It's so lovely. I think I might say this every week as well. The quest is just looking fantastic. The team are doing such a great job and bringing their energies into it. And it's just so lovely to come back to. It really is. And what a great space. It's such a nice space. It really is. And the team there are amazing. Do pop in and come and say hello. And the Kathy and Steve and Pauline, great readers, and yeah, can highly recommend them if you're just looking for a bit of direction and need a bit of help. They're absolutely brilliant. And then the Reiki healing with Alison is amazing, and obviously with my good self. And yeah, doing a few palm readings, which is very enlightening. So yeah, the shop is just looking fantastic. And we're always getting new stock and just looking how we can improve things. And it's so nice to meet so many people that listen to these podcasts and share with me stories. And it's just, it's really nice to hear, and I love it. And I love how people are listening to it all around the world. So hello Australia, hello Mauritius, and hello to wherever you are in the world. It's lovely to have you listening to me and have your company. It really is. It really is. So what's coming up for you this week? What are you looking forward to? And I think we're in like autumn energy now. We've had the autumn equinox now. We're in October, and it's all about, well, one of the things is about gratitude. And what are we grateful for in our lives? And my app has this like gratitude journal on it. And it's really nice. I've been using it to reflect back on what I'm grateful for. And you're like, oh, yeah, I remember that, because it's daily gratitudes. And then I kind of think about, oh, I forgot about that and stuff like that. So that's really helping with the energy of gratitude. And I think that the universe, the more we're in that grateful energy, the more at peace we feel, and the more we seem to attract, and that nice lovely energy that has no words, that kind of love, joy energy that's deep within us all. So yeah, I think the more we're in that kind of energy, the better. So yeah, what are you grateful for? Who are you grateful for? And what about you are you grateful for? You know, you've come into this world with who you are, with all your lessons and all your conditioning and everything. And what are you really grateful for you? What have you brought to the world? What are you grateful for in your skills and just you? What are you grateful for? I think we don't do that enough. So yeah, give yourself some gratitude. See how that feels. I think it is about our feelings, isn't it? And how we talk to ourselves. What do we say to ourselves about ourselves? And catch yourself when you're giving yourself a hard time or you're putting yourself down. We're very quick to do that. And I don't think that helps us at all. So maybe it's becoming conscious of the self-talk. What are you saying to yourself? And maybe can you change it? Can you start to believe more in yourself and start to to love yourself a little bit more. I'm going to do that this week. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus on gratitude, and I'm going to focus on listening and observing to how I self-talk, because I reckon I have some limitations there that I'm not even aware of. So I am going to be consciously aware of what I say to myself about myself on a daily basis. I will report back next week. So if you fancy joining me, please do. If not, have a great week. And I hope it's a really cool one that you want. And let's maybe set an intention for this week of how you want your week to go. So my intention for this week is to be loving to those that I interact with, and especially myself. So if you want to close your eyes. And if you can't, then please keep them open. Make sure you're safe. And just take a deep breath in. All is well right now in this very moment. And there's nothing else you need to do right now other than just come into this moment. Taking a breath. Allowing your whole energy being just to relax. And even if you're driving, you can just take a breath. You can just come into this moment, knowing that all is well. We only have this moment. Take really good care of yourself. Have a superb week. And keep believing in you.